and welcome to the first bit. My name is Amanda Kelly, and I'm the Dean of Instructional Technology at Roger Bacon Academy. Bacon Bits are a new series of mini trainings that will be released weekly. These trainings will be optional and made available at any time after the release date. These bits are designed to give you technology integration support and tips for your classroom, whether you're teaching online or concurrent, but keeping your busy schedule as an educator in mind. Each bit should take you no more than 30 minutes to complete, with a short instructional video, a try it, and then a quiz at the end to track your CEUs. Let's dive into this week's topic. Today we're going to look at grouping your tabs together in Google Chrome. When you're teaching online, does your web browser look like this? Do you have so many tabs that you struggle to navigate? Well, there's a way to group your tabs to organize and make them faster to access. To do this, you're going to right-click on your tab, and then a menu is going to come up. The first option, New Tab to the right, that opens up a new tab. Add Tab to New Group, which is what we want to do, and Move Tab to another window. That just opens it to a new window. We want to make a group, so select Add Tab to New Group. A menu is going to pop up where you can name your group. Here's where you can come up with your own organizational system. You can do it by your subject areas. If you teach multiple subjects, you can do it by your block numbers. If you teach different cores, you could do it by grade levels. If you teach multiple grade levels. For this demonstration, I'm just going to number them as 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to call this one Group 1, and then I'm going to select the color. Gray is fine. Once I've named my group and selected my color, I'm going to hit Enter, and that makes my first group. I'm going to go to my next tab, right-click it, and click Add Tab to Group. Here you're going to see two options. I can either get a new group, or I can add it to the first group. I'm going to put this one in a different group. I'm going to click New Group. The same menu comes up. I'm going to label it and select the color, then hit Enter. Go to my next tab, Add to Group, New Group, label it, and select a color. Now I've got 3 groups made. That's all the groups that I want to make. You can make as many groups as you need. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of these tabs to my 3 groups. Right-click, Add to Group. This time I'm going to select my group that I want to add it to. Watch again. Right-click, Add to Group, select the group number that I want it to go to. Okay, now I've grouped all of my tabs into their groups the way I like them. Say you forgot to open up a new window and you want to put it in a group. You can click the group number, right-click the group number. You can create a new tab in the group, the first option. When you do that, it opens up a brand new window and already puts it in the group. You can do that from any group number. Right-click, New Tab in Group, and it opens up a new tab in your group. You can also remove tabs from your groups. Go to the tab that you want to remove, right-click, Remove from Group. So now this tab is no longer part of that group. Once you have all your tabs grouped, you can also minimize them to make a cleaner look. By clicking on the group label, it minimizes the groups. You can minimize all but one at one time. You cannot minimize all the groups. So say I'm working in Group 1, I can minimize Group 2 and Group 3. If I want to start working in Group 2, I can minimize Group 1 and Group 3 and then work in Group 2. Say you're working in a group and you're all done with a group. You can close out an entire group by right-clicking on the group and clicking Close Group. This will close all tabs in that group. You can also pop out a group if you want to put it into a new window. Say you're working in split screen and you want to separate your groups. Right-click on the group and then move group to new window. It'll pop out your group into its own separate tab. So now I have 2 windows with Group 1 and Group 3. If you want to add them back to the same window, click and drag, and it will add it back together. Now I want you to try it. If you have 2 monitors, go ahead and try this alongside the video. If you're working from one monitor, you'll need to pause the video and try it at each step. Go ahead and open up Google Chrome and go ahead and open new tabs. I have about 8 here. Let's put these tabs into 2 groups. Right-click on the first tab. From the menu, select Add Tab to New Group. You can label your groups whatever you want, but for this practice section, I'm going to label them 1 and 2. Select your color. Let's make this group purple this time. Go to your next tab, Add Tab to Group, create a new group and label it 2. Make it a new color, hit Enter. Now, for the rest of your tabs, go ahead and either select Group 1 or Group 2 to group them. Right-click, Add Tab to Group, select your group. Right-click, Add Tab to Group, select your group. Do this for the remainder of your tabs. Great! Now that we have our 2 groups, let's practice using the groups. Go ahead and right-click on the number 1 group, and I want you to add a new tab to this group. So select New Tab in Group. You should have added a new tab, so now instead of having 4, you should have 5. Go ahead and remove that tab from that group. Right-click on that same tab and click Remove from Group. Now you should have 2 groups and an extra tab that's not in a group. Let's minimize the groups. Go ahead and click the number 2 and minimize 2. Go ahead and click 2 and expand 2, and then click 1 and minimize 1. Let's pop out a group to make it into a new window. Right-click on the number 2, and then select Move Group to New Window. When you do that, you should have 2 windows, one with Group 1 tabs and one with Group 2 tabs. Let's add that back. Click the 2, the label, and drag it back to the window with Group 1. Now they should be all back into the same group. Let's close out a group. Right-click on the 2 and click Close Group and close out an entire group. Great job! Now, make sure that you take the quiz after finishing this Try It to receive credit for your CEU. Follow the link here. All right, we'll see you next week.